Hello everyone! Today we're going to be talking about how to connect a simple sensor to Robonomics network. And we will use a simple dust sensor and a sensor to measure humidity and temperature. They are connected to an Arduino compatible board with Wi-Fi, which transfers data over HTTP. And we're going to install our image on a Raspberry Pi, a simple and small single board computer which is widely available. And this demo is going to be interesting for those who want to connect their IoT devices like sensors, robots, weather stations, coffee machines, logs for rental units, and tokenize their services and offer them on the market using Robonomics network. We will start with recording an image to our Raspberry Pi computer. And you can find it in our GitHub library at github.com/aerolab. And in our repository, there is a download link in the bottom of the page. And you can use any standard tool to record an image to an SD card, like Etcher. And then let's plug it in and launch it on our Raspberry Pi. And when our Raspberry Pi turns on, we're going to connect to it via SSH to interact with it. We're going to wait till we connect to it. And then we see that it's launched and we see our Ethereum address. We can check it in Block Explorer like Etherscan. Next, we're going to make a package that will take the data from the sensor over HTTP and transfer it to our decentralized app connected to Robonomics Market. For that, we will fork our demo repository called Robonomics Winter School. You should copy the package called Fuji Weather ACL, and you can call it the way you want, for example, My Weather ACL. We will need to make a few changes to make it work with our Raspberry Pi and sensors. So let's review the changes. In the package description files, I have replaced the name of the package. You can do it for all the files in the repository using this command. And instead of hello, you should put the previous name, and instead of greetings, the new name. In the worker launch file, I have added an IP address of my sensor. And in the worker node file, instead of the request that goes to weather map, I have added an HTTP request to my sensor. The sensor returns a string. If it is successful, the data is passed on, and if it's not, the fail message is shown. In worker node file, I have added my Ethereum address from MetaMask to whitelist myself to receive the data. Now, let's build and launch our package on the Raspberry Pi. For that, we type nix build file release and the name of the package, and in our case it's My Weather ACL. We will wait until it downloads, and we can launch it using ROS launch command. We will wait for the message that our worker has been launched, and then we can look at our web app. Let's open our web interface and request the data from our sensors. We can open the console in the meantime to see how the communication happens. And using our account in MetaMask that we whitelisted before, we will sign our request. And now we can see the results in our D app about the temperature, humidity, and particles in the air. So in this demo, we have set up a Raspberry Pi with sensors and created a package that takes the data and passes it to Robonomics network using whitelisted Ethereum address. And now the data can be sold on the Robonomics market using Ethereum smart contract. This data is also guaranteed to remain immutable because the hash of the data and worker's address will remain in public Ethereum blockchain. Thank you for your interest, and feel free to contact us using information in description below.